audit of items of financial statements. Audit of items of financial statements. And in bracket right there, specific questions. Specific questions. We are doing top 24 questions which I feel may come in the examination. Top 24 that may come in the examination, we are doing those. These are so-called the most important questions of this chapter. Okay, do this properly. Let's do it one by one. Simple area. Now this chapter is it's 24 questions. But very light. Light means it is no question related to each other, no concept in this. Every question is an individual area like that. I have a question for you. You tell me. There are expenses of monthly nature. There are expenses which are of monthly nature. Monthly. Tell me which expenses the company pays on monthly basis. Rent, then salary, then electricity, then Wi-Fi, then water maybe. Okay, you must have municipal charges and all. Okay, anything else? Tell me. Janitor comes with salary only, no? Piggy. Tell me next area. Rent already told. Correct. All the expenses that are there that the company will be paying on monthly basis. Regarding monthly basis expenditure, what should the auditor say? That is the question. Where is this question? I wanted to go to page number 146. Please go to page number 146. There at the top, you will see that is the question. Please write there. Question number 1 for us is here. Write the question number 1. 146 at the top. Question number 1. Okay, write the question number 1. Read with me. See this. Other expenses like power and fuel, rent, repair to building, plant and machinery, insurance, traveling, legal and professional miscellaneous expenses they are given here. Read with me. See this. While the auditor may choose to align their monthly trends for expenses like rent, power, and fuel, auditor generally prefers to vouch. Vouch, you will see many times in this chapter, write the word vouch means check. Check. Auditor will check for align their other expenses to verify following attribute. What things will the auditor check? Let's see it one by one. Let's do it one by one here. Okay, please here everyone. Please here look at the screen. So the auditor will check what all things. If you look at the screen only, you will find it very easy. And I ask you to make the same notes exactly how it is. You have to copy. Okay. Please here look at the screen, please. Which attributes should the auditor verify regarding these? Regarding these means the monthly trends. Monthly trends, which are rental expenses, salary, electricity, interest, Wi-Fi charges, all these things. What will the auditor check? Very simple. Auditor will check first of all whether they are business expense or not. If they are business expense or personal nature expenses should not be there. Should be business expenses. The auditor will first check that. Second, the auditor will check whether a person has approved it or not. Approved means whether they have authorized it or not. Example, the company is paying rent. So the board of auditors must have approved, no? Okay, pay the rental amount now. Or somebody should authorize it. Second. Third, regarding that expenditure, no, some person should maintain the supporting documents. Tell me, regarding electricity, what is the supporting document? There is a bill. What about Wi-Fi? Wi-Fi bill. What about rent paid? The rent agreement. Rent. Correct? No. So the supporting document should be there in place. Correct? Next. These expenses should be revenue expenses only, so we should not by mistake treat it as capital. Correct? No, monthly expenditure will be revenue. Next, we should check whether it is given in the correct head. Correct head. Tell me this. If bonus is paid to the staff, bonus, should it come under employee benefit or should it come under factory cost? Correct. That is called correct head. That is what we are checking here. Simple. Last point, we'll check whether the amount is correct and the period is correct. Amount correct means, okay, see, look, tell me. Assumptions about transaction. Go for it, tell me. Occurrence, completeness, cutoff, classification, accuracy. That cutoff, that is basically your correct period, and accuracy is correct amount. That is what we are checking here. Simple, easiest. Repeat with me once and then you copy. Okay, tell me what happened. Pinky, what happened? You studied yesterday and came. You studied chapter number 7 at all? What did you study? What did you study? Okay, and so 4 we done. My simple question is, uncorrected misstatement can be material because of which reasons? I have heard this just a second earlier also. Deja vu moment for me. Uncorrected misstatements, whether they are material, you will consider from which angles, which reasons. Now I know for sure. If you tell no, it is done. That is only not. Look here. Okay. I'll tell you the answer, you'll feel very bad. Okay, see, size, nature, and effects of the prior period. Or effect of the prior period. Let's go ahead. Please see here. Question number 3 or 450. Let's see here. 450 done. Look here, see. Now look here, see. Tell me. In this case, regarding monthly expenses, what will you check? Please tell me first. You'll check the business expenses. You see, authorized. You'll check supporting document. Then tell me revenue expenses. Then you'll check correct head and correct amount and period. Simple to understand this area. Go to your textbook, please. Go to your textbook. There. Do the marking with me. Look here, see. First, whether the expenditure pertain to online the current period. Online the current period. Current period, we'll mark it as 6. Point number 6. This point is point number 6. Next, whether the expenditure online the qualified as online the revenue and not capital. The revenue expenditure is point number 4. The expenditure had online the valid supporting. After the word supporting, write the word documents. Valid supporting documents. These are given the travel tickets, insurance policy, third party invoice, all these things. That is basically our point number 3. Where expenditure has been classified under correct expense head. Point number 5. The expenditure was online, they are authorized as per delegation authority matrix, means as per the authority matrix means the hierarchy in the company, the way the company is structured. That is point number 2. And finally, we have one, that is whether expenditure was in relation to entity's business and not personal expenditure. Like the business, that is 1. 643521 is the code. And the easiest area, entire 24 questions are like this only. Every question of this 24 has come once in the exam. Each and every one of them has come minimum once in the exam. That is why I picked it up. And it's coming from this only. Luckily, my selection is good. In every attempt, I keep changing the selection based on what I estimate. If a question has come, then I don't take it again. The next attempt. Then I change. But then I know that the chance of that question coming again is very, very less. So from that angle, please copy this. You have to copy from the top. Let's start. Please start doing it. The writing should be a little faster. Please. Otherwise, I don't want to just ask you to take photo and copy it down today. You already have your hands full. Question number 1. When I written the page number also. Online students, just be alert when I tell you the page number, where to go and where to see the question. Because if you don't find it, then you will not be able to mark. Online students, sampling clear? Sampling chapter, please tell me in the chat area. Sampling comfortable? Good. Very, very good. Very well. Tomorrow test is applicable for you also, online students, because tomorrow I'll show the question paper for 3, 4, 4.3, entire 3, 4, 4.1 and 7 on the screen. So you guys can also test yourself or with a 1 hour test. Okay, so this will appear on the screen for you. No MCQs. MCQs you guys will be able to answer. MCQs is the best scoring area for our student because the concept is MCQ. What they ask concept. This time the first message I got after Jan paper, people said all paper of tough and all. MCQ conceptual. I'll show you the message later if I get time. Sir, MCQ 30 on 30. Sir, MCQ 30 on 30. 30 on 30 MCQs. Full. Because MCQ, more the paper is tougher, no? The more my students have advantage. It should be tough, slightly tough. Paper is very easy, no? It's a problem. Sir, which chart you're talking about? Chart. Which chapter is there in the test? Which chart? Gosh, enough. Already feeling bad. 2 days he has not answered. I think Uday has transferred his luck to you. Extra sheet you guys have not received. I'll see. I'll do something. Don't worry. Luckily, extra sheet we are going to do tomorrow. So today, I'll share it with you all, and you can take a print of that. Hardly how many sides are there in that chart? 6 sides, no? 4 to 6. Okay, there will be 6 sides here. Please take a print from your side. Not too big. Okay. Please take a print from your side and keep it ready for tomorrow. Okay. So I'll get it shared in the online group. Done. Can you go ahead now? Okay. Now we go to the next question. Please come to page number, I think the previous page only. 1 second, please wait. Yeah, go to page number 144, please. There you will see below depreciation amortization, you will see that area. In that area, everyone write there as question number 2. That is that first line that you see in there. Page 144, write the question number 2. Let's get this done. Please see here. I want you all to have full focus on the screen. Or do me a favor, I'll show you a better diagram in this. Write the question either in your notebook, question number 2, and then I'll show you my diagram. This here. There, question number 2, right there. Which attributes in relation to depreciation and amortization? Which attributes in relation to depreciation and amortization? In relation to depreciation and amortization. In relation to depreciation and amortization. Could be checked by the auditor. Be checked by the auditor. Okay. Look at the screen, please. Understand. Okay, see. So again, depreciation and amortization, what should the auditor check? I will copy this diagram later. Please here, everyone. Look at the screen, please here. The auditor will first see that regarding depreciation and amortization, please here, that this is the machine that the company has. So this is the machine. Okay. This machine, when is it valid for the company to no depreciation regarding this or take depreciation? Only when the company is holding the title deeds of the machine. So auditor will first check whether depreciation is valid or not. The first point is what depreciation is valid or not. Valid, it will only be valid if you are having the title deeds. Second, auditor will check the second thing. What provisions are there regarding depreciation in the law and the company is following that or not? I'll give you an example. Schedule 3 of the Companies Act, if you go through that, it gives a format also, and in the schedules, they also mention the life of each type of asset. Example, office building, how many years, your plant, how many years, factory building, how many years, they're giving the life of the asset. Whether the company is complying with those policies or not, complying with the provisions or not, provisions as per the Companies Act law. That is basically point number 2. Third, you will check the depreciation method for this machine. So, machine which I have shared in this orange, you will see the depreciation method that the company is using. What is the don't say depreciation method, say accounting policy in relation to depreciation. Accounting policy in relation to what is accounting policy, whether it is SLM or WDV, you will check that. Point number 4, my dear students, you will check there that the residual value is how much. What is the residual value? Means your scrap value. You will check the residual value is how much. How have they computed that? You will check that here. Next, what is the useful life of the machine? That is the period for which the machine is going to run. That you will take it here. That is point number 5. That is point number 5. Next, you will check whether the depreciation amount is calculated accurately or not. So this you are checking the calculation. You are checking the accuracy. I'm writing here, you are checking the accuracy in this case. And accuracy and depreciation amount, this is your point number 6. Anyway, first 6 point very easy. Yeah, going through the diagram is very clear, so it is easy. Then we go for it. First is what? We will check whether depreciation is valid. That will come to looking at the title. Second, whether the company is complying with the provisions of depreciation. Third, accounting policy is proper or not. 4, the residual value is computed properly or not. 5, as the life of the asset, that is basically you are looking at the useful life. And point number 6, depreciation is calculated accurately or not. Perfectly clear. Now, I don't know whether you have seen, there is a show which used to come on National Geography earlier called as Mega Factories. Mega Factories used to be about how factories run. Super show should be. They show all the machines, how they work, how this Coca-Cola and all, how they bottle the bottles and everything full. They show the entire factory. That time they had shown, always while telling this example comes to my mind, they had shown the Lamborghini company how they make the car. Lamborghini, Ferrari is connected with the red color. Lamborghini is connected with the yellow color. So Lamborghini, they are showing how that supercar is made. Nice, beautiful car it is that. And they used to show that to the main machine, they have to attach a spray paint machine, spray paint or a paint machine basically, and that is to get attached here as a separate component. Now, the auditor will ask this, whether there is a separate component that is attached to the main machine. That is your point number 7. That is what the auditor will ask. And whether there is a separate method of depreciation for the separate component. Separate method of depreciation for the separate component. For the main machine, SLN. For the separate component, it can be WDV. That is what the auditor is saying. 8 points. So for the 8 points, start to and wrap it up. Tell me. Diagram based will become very easy. Wrap it up. Tell me first is what? A value depreciation. That will come from the title deed. Second, provision. Third, the accounting policy. Correct. Fourth is residual value. Fifth is useful life. Sixth is depreciation amount is calculated properly. The seventh is separate component. Eighth is separate method of depreciation for the separate component. Are you there with me? Yes or no? Put to your notes to page number 144. There the bullet points start. One second. To the ordering their order number, please put there first. Then you both ask your queries. Right there. 32416578. Right there. 32416578. 32416578. Okay. So what is the doubt? Tell me. Yeah. Depreciation, if you take life of the asset basis, no, they changed recently, by the way. And it is an estimate. True. The life of the asset, because of that, depreciation value can change. Also, if you take WDV method, suppose you are taking a percentage which is not complying with the law, then it's an estimate that you are taking. So it is actually an estimate. But earlier it was a policy. So you can take it as an estimate right now, but earlier it was policy. You can take it that. But now it's called an estimate. That is the right way to say it. The truth. True. Let me see here now. Let's go for it. Tell me. Point number 1. Now with me. Look here. See. Where depreciation and amortization charges are underline the word valid. Put point number 1 in your notes. Mark it as valid. In bracket right there. For this auditor shall check title deed. For this auditor shall check title deeds. Title deeds is not something that you are hearing for the first time. Our dear old Caro is there. Caro clause 6. Caro clause 17. Cash loss. Caro clause 9. Repayment of loan. Caro clause 7. Statutory dues. Caro clause 3. Lingu setu cofino. Caro clause 1. Property, plant, equipment, tangible. Caro clause 15. Non-cash term. Non-cash. Caro clause 11. Fraud. So fast you said. So fast. His mind was thinking fraud. I swear I said Caro clause 11. Fraud. Caro clause 13. Period by transaction. Caro clause 8. And you got income. Now we got good. That suitcase falling. And you got Caro clause. And we got Caro clause 14. Caro clause 16. NBFC. Full fast. And you got Caro clause 22. Not there only. I knew. You guys are after 20 CFS. Not there only. Okay. Caro clause 21. Caro clause 20. CSR. Caro clause 5. Accept deposits. Caro clause 4. Limits under 185 and 186. Caro, if it was for 100 marks, no. Caro, if it was for 100 marks. Students are full. Let's read. Let's go. Point number 1 done. Okay, let's go for the point number 2. Read the marking piece. Ensure that the company's policy for charging depreciation amortization is as per the relevant underline the relevant circle there provisions of Companies Act applicable accounting standards. Are you following that or not? Yes, the provisions are followed or not. Circle the word provisions. Point number 3. Let's circle. Obtain understanding of entities underline their accounting policy related to depreciation amortization accounting policy. So that was our SLM example. Let's go to the next point. Point number 4. There only. Whether depreciation has been calculated after making adjustment or circle the residual value from the cost of the assets. Very simple. Then let's go to point number 5. Whether all depreciation amortization charges are recorded in the circle appropriate period means that useful life of the asset. We should spread that depreciation value into 6. Underline that accurately calculated and recorded. Calculated mean depreciation calculation accurate or not. 6. 7. Underline the C. Read the entire thing. Ensure that parts, components of each item of property, plant, equipment that are to be underlined, the depreciated circle, the depreciated separately, have been properly identified. So for that machine which I showed separately is a separate component. Okay. That whether the most appropriate depreciation method for each separately depreciable component has been used. Tell me, pretty simple here. Easy. Start copying the diagram. Chapter goes like this only, this area. You'll explain, you copy, explain, you copy, like that. So you can draw it any way you want, no problem. Don't be exact. Draw science diagram. In school, you had those science diagram. H2 and all you have to make like this. Oh, what a pain. I used to ask my sister to do it. So on that only you'll do. Oh. Where you handle here? Can you go ahead now? Okay, please go to page number 143. 143, you will see the heading called Employee Benefit Expenses. Employee benefit expenses. In that, go to that measurement area. You see that below measurement. That is our question number 3. It's a big answer. You have to do it. That's come in the exam, so let's do it properly. I'm picking out the most important ones in this. Okay, you know the drill now. Let's start one by one. I want you to give the heading there. Give the heading what the student has done here. Please give the heading there. Question number 3. Write that, please. How should the auditor verify that employee benefits are measured properly? Write that question, please. How should the auditor verify that employee benefits are measured properly? How should the auditor verify that? How should the auditor verify that? How should the auditor verify that employee benefits are measured properly? How should the auditor verify that employee benefits are measured properly? Okay. Let's see this everyone. Please here. Look at the screen. Diagram you have to make. Now, first you have to understand the diagram. How please here now. Look here. Understand, please here. Look. Now, what are the steps that the auditor should take to mark the employee benefits one by one? Let's see this area here. Everyone look here now, please here. You know what they said. I told you that day also by teaching you. And in chapter number 5, we'll see this. The point is, how do you know that the employee benefit, that is salary is paid properly or not? Salary is shown properly or not? So look here, see. First we'll check, look at the screen. So this is the auditor, okay? This is A, this is the auditor. The auditor should stand outside the office gate. This is the office gate. The auditor will stand outside the office gate. And he has to count the number of employees. He has to count the number of employees who are getting into the office. That he has to do. They are given as a procedure. The auditor will stand outside the office gate and count the number of employees. That is your first step. Second, auditor should have a list of employees with him. A list of employees he should have in 3 different categories. First is the employees who are newly appointed, employees who have resigned from the company in that month. Let's say we are looking at June 2022. In that June 2022 month, let's say on 4th one employee resigned, 7th one employee resigned, 12th one employee resigned, on 30th June employee resigned, like that. So we should get the list of the resigned employees. We should get the list of new appointment. Let's say on 11th of June, some new employee joined. On 16th of June, new employee joined. On 24th of June, new employee joined. So that new employees list we'll have here. And of course, the employees who are continuing. Continuing means who are working, continuing in the company. So June month entirely they have worked. Okay, so that is other continuing employees. We'll have that list should contain these 3 areas. And point number 2 is what? Point number 1 is what? Please tell me. Stand outside the office gate and count the number of employees when they're entering the company. Okay. Step number 2, the auditor will have the list of the employees with those who have resigned, new hires, new employees, and the continuing employees. Now we go one by one. Now regarding the resigned employees, the auditor should see whether their full and final payment is paid to them properly or not, and whether any post-retirement benefits have been given to them or not. Remember, provident fund, gratuity, all these things are there. So that is given. Okay, this is your point number 3. Point number 4. New appointment, whether they are paying them the salary, what was committed to them in the appointment letter. In the appointment letter, we must have committed some salary that we are paying them or not. That is what we'll check. Point number 5. For other continuing employees, my dear students, we'll see whether provisions are made separately. Provisions are nothing but rate to the basic wages. Rate to the basic wages. Some money you are keeping aside. Example, provident fund is an example of that. They are keeping it aside or not. Next, point number 6. Regarding the employees, every month, is there a monthly salary register that the organization is maintaining or not? And last but not the least, you should do our analytical procedures. Simple example can be, we'll look at the employees payment trend, whether it's declining or increasing. We can check it with the various ratios. Remember that example in analytical procedures. Salary we paid was 5 crores, 6 crores, 63 crores. So we are looking at that. Is there a major spike in the trend or not? That is what we'll see. Can I say it once? Simple. You do the diagram, the answer is done. No tension on it. Tell me. First is what? So I have to stand outside the office gate and count the number of employees. What will have the list of employees, which are basically contain resigned, new hires, and other continuing employees. Now, resigned employees, we'll see whether full and final payment is made and post-retirement benefits are given. The employees who are new appoints, then the appointment letter, whether in that what salary we committed, whether we are paying that or not. Okay, no. After that, we have the other continuing employees, whether rate to the basic wages we are creating as provision for various matters. Then we see whether monthly salary register is kept or not, and finally, analytical procedures, SA 520. Are you there with me, yes or no? That's it. Take the marking with me. Look here, see. Take the marking first. Page 143, let's start this year. Anyone read with me? Areas, I think we'll read it. So, we'll read the entire thing. Let's start. Bullet point number 1 stays as 1 piece here. Obtain understanding of the entity's process for underline the capturing employee attendance. There is always a risk that an entity could underline the record, expense of underline the fictitious employees, fake employees. To address this risk, to solve this risk, the company can show fake employees. What we'll do is, the auditor may choose to be underlined physically present at the entry gate at any given date and himself count the employees entering the premises. Very clearly given. Next, and understand the manner of recording or capturing their time attendance. That is your access card reader machine example, basically. Okay. Let's go further. This is the point number 1. Point number 2 now. Point number 2. Obtain a list of employees at the period end, along with the monthly movement split between the new hires, new joinees, leavers, people who are leaving the company, and continuing employees. Point number 3 stays as 3 piece here. We'll take this point. Bullet point number 4 becomes 3 for us. Bullet point number 4 becomes 3 for us, and bullet point number 3 becomes 4 for us. It is 1, 2, 4, 3 piece here. First, let's read for us 3. Point number 3. For a sample selected randomly of the resigned employees, obtain their full and final computation and verify whether they are dues, including post-retirement benefits. Go to point number 4, read with me. For a sample selected randomly of new hires, obtain the appointment letter and verify whether the salary for the first month and subsequent month was processed as per the agreed terms. Very simple. Next, go to please the next area, that is read the second last and third last point, mark it as point number 5 for us. Second last and third last point together will be point number 5 for us. Read with me. Verify if accrual or provision has been made for all employee benefits and obligations like bonus, gratuity, leave encashment with a provision has been made. Next, in case of provident fund, employee share insurance are applicable to the entity. Compiler underline the reasonability by applying underline the rate to the basic wages and comparing to the amount recorded in the books and analyze the reasons for variance, if any difference is there. Let's go to the point between point number 3 and 5. That will be point number 6. Obtain the monthly salary register for all 12 months and compile a monthly payroll visibility by calculating the average salary per employee per month and compare with the previous year and preceding months and analyze the reason for variance, which could be attributable to annual increment. You will see where the increment is there. An employee at senior level joining, so the salary will increase. Leaving the entity, then salary will decrease. Bonus payout, if it is there, the salary will. Yeah. All these things will check. Variance will check. Last one, my dear student, point number 7 for us. Please here, perform analytical procedures to obtain audit evidence as to overall reasonableness of the employee benefit expense, which may include production per employee analysis. Are you there? Easy. Imagine we are selecting some few answers out of this chapter. Entire chapter like this only. Random points given. No connection only. You will not believe how much effort I put in this chapter. To just find the commonalities or the easy to make. This chapter is crazy, absolutely crazy. Okay, so luckily we have this sheet now, which is good. The sheet is because of my dear student called Kalp Jain. He's AIR 13. Because of his efforts, actually. That I'll tell you tomorrow. I'll give him credit tomorrow. Okay. I want you to go to question number 3. Please copy this. Copy this. Yeah, question was for this chart. We have written the question. Please copy. To do this, after that, I'm going to ask you such a basic accounting question. You guys will get angry at yourself. Copy this first, and I'll tell you that. Simple accounting question I'll ask. Let me see whether you guys answer it or not. This only research expenses. They are removed now. Not there. No, it is not there for you. Not come. This chapter we have to do that. I never do the analysis, but this chapter you should do that. I take liberty in this because that is the right strategy. I do anything that increases students' marks. That we have to do. Dinesh, right, Dinesh. Done. Okay. Let's proceed now, please. Here. I have a question for you. I want you to pay attention. Tell me what you feel is the reply to this. Okay. Think and tell me. Very simple question. It's a very common business area which I'm asking you. I want you to pay attention. I share a copy later. Look here. See. Understand the question here. See this. There is a person called Mr. S. Okay. This guy is the seller. He is the seller of goods. So here it is his factory. From he is selling from here he's selling the goods. And the goods go on this way here and they go to the buyer. And let's say there's a buyer here called Mr. B. Okay, let's say we'll call him buyer. And it is his business. So from the factory the goods leave and it reaches his, let's say, or let's say it leaves Mr. S's godown. His goods will move from godown and reaches Mr. B's factory of production factory. And there is a truck. I'm just showing a truck here. Imagine this is a truck. A truck is, and the truck is now, truck or car, whatever you say, is now taking the goods from one place to another. Question is this, think and tell me, see how it goes, please here. The buyer here plays the order with the seller, on, let's say, 10th of June 2024. The seller here, the goods left his godown on, let's say, 11th of June 2020. It will take 3 days for the truck or the vehicle to travel. The truck is currently here, this date. Currently it is, let's say, 13th of June 2024. It should reach the factory by 14th of June 2024. The buyer will make the payment after some time here. The payment here will be made to the seller on, let's say, 25th of June 2020. Got the transaction? You understand this? Basic business transaction. I have a simple question for you. Simple question. Look. When should the seller, Mr. S, record sales? Hear me out. Don't just tell the answer randomly. When should he record sales? Which date will he make the entry of sales in his books of accounts? Hear me out. And which date should the buyer here record purchases? For buyer, which is the date of purchase? Tell me here. First, let's go to the seller and tell me seller sales. Recording of sales should be which date? Tell me. Till you are telling 11th. How many of you are telling 11th? Raise your hands. Part out. You're telling 11th. Okay. I'm not counting, I'm writing here many. Many are 11th. Tell me, how many of you all say 10th? Raise your hands. How many of you all are, oh, so I'm not writing issue 11th, I'll write issue 10th. I'm writing here 6 for sale, maybe 6 of us are telling. How many are telling, sir, 13th of June, 13th, when the vehicle is on the way? No, okay, 0. How many of you are telling 14th June? How many of you are telling 25th when the payment is made? 25th June? None, 0. Next, purchases. Tell me. Purchases for Mr. B. When should Mr. B record the purchase? Please tell me. Mr. B is also running a business, or you know. So when will he record the purchase entry? How C and students are getting so baffled because of some simple business transaction? Tell me. Which date? 10th. How many people did 10th? Raise your hands. Raise your hand 10th. Writing here a few. How many of you are telling, let's say, 14th when the goods reach the Mr. B's factory? When? How many of you are telling 13th when the good is on the way? How many are telling 11th? 11th means when the goods start from the sellers go down. How many are telling when the payment is made? That is 25th of June. How come upcoming CAs don't know when to record books of account transaction? Yes, 9 done. Tell me, is it compulsory for the sale date and purchase date to be the same? No? Correct, no? Now, see the fun. Huh? You have done something called as, you will record the sale when risk and rewards incidental to ownership have been transferred. Then if you tell me, if you are telling me, if you are telling me, if the sales date, my dear students, is 11th of June, suppose it is 11th of June, and the purchase date is, let's say, we are recording it on, let's say, 14th of June. 14th of June. Then tell me for those 3 days, who is the owner of the goods? Who is the owner of the goods? But seller transferred, no. If 11 the seller has already recorded sales, it means sales means risk and reward incidental to ownership have been transferred, gone. And the buyer is, you are telling as per your, and I didn't say anything, you are telling 14th of June, you are telling buyer is recording for the 14th of June. So for those 3 days in the middle, who is the owner? God. Okay, chalo, let me put it in another manner. The truck is on the way, can you see that? There is a valley, the truck falls into the valley. Goods worth rupees 5 crores are destroyed. Who will bear the loss? Who will bear the loss? Buyer or seller? I was saying bicycler. Who is bicycler? Tell me. I am asking a simple question. Simple question is, if the truck falls in some valley, goods are for 5 crores destroyed, who will bear the loss? And suppose, before your smart answer, you are telling no insurance is taken. No insurance is taken. Who will bear the loss? Buyer or seller? What to do? Tell me. Ask your seniors or his CA panel. Ask them simple question. Tell them, so CA panel. Ask this question. Simple buying, selling discussion we are doing. They are also going wrong. How can the sell date and purchase date be different? How? There is a middle days. Who is the owner? Should be the same, no? Should be the. So if it is the same, then where will it be written? Where will it be written? If it is the buying and selling, it is the same, then where should it be written? It will be there in the agreement. It will be there in the agreement. In the contract will be there. That is why the auditor should check the contract. Auditor check they will come to know the date when the risk and rewards incidental to ownership are getting transferred. Are you there with me, yes or no? Then will be written who is in charge of this transportation issue is there, who is bear the cost, everything will be written in the agreement. Are you there with me, yes or no? You keep telling yes and all, I'm telling practical. Okay, see. Everyone, write the next question, write that please. How should the auditor appropriately check? Question number 4. How should the auditor appropriately check? 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 Completeness and measurement of purchases. How should the auditor appropriately check completeness and measurement of purchases? Completeness and measurement of purchases. Completeness and measurement of purchases. First thing, if you look at the screen, please. Very simple area. Then we'll read together. Please here. We'll do the chart first. Look, see. So I will first check whether regarding purchases, correct accounting period is followed or not, because you understand. Tell me. Purchase made on 2nd April. Purchase made on should go in the previous year, that is March month. The purchase or it's a next year purchase. Purchase made on 2nd April. Purchase made on 2nd April. Is it a March month purchase or a next year purchase? Correct. Next year purchase. Purchase made on 30th March. Delivered to you on 5th April. So 31st March. So it will go by 31st March. That year. So you have to do cutoff test. You have to do what? Cutoff test. Remember this area? Cutoff test. Cutoff test. Next. Auditor should see whether correct accounting treatment is made for that year. Should see. Look and see whether agreed terms in relation to transit. Transit the goods are on the way. On the way. Whether sales should be recorded or not, purchase should be recorded or not, we'll record as per the agreement. For the what? Agreement. That is what we learned right now. You see? And the auditor will then apply analytical procedures regarding 4 areas. Now, everyone understand what these 4 areas are? Very simple. Auditor will apply logical thinking and think like this. Tell me what is better. If you are using 10 kgs of raw material to produce 1 kg of finished goods, tell me, like 10 kg of raw material to produce 1 kg of finished goods. Next year, you started using only 8 kg of raw material to produce 1 kg of finished goods. Good thing, bad thing? Good thing, bad thing? You were earlier using 10 kg to produce 1 kg of finished goods. Now you're using 8 kg to produce 1 kg of finished goods. Good thing, bad thing? Good thing or bad thing? Good thing or bad thing? How I'm testing our accounting knowledge, see this. Tell me, if you're using 10 kg of raw material to produce 1 kg of finished goods, next year you're using 8 kg of raw material to produce that same 1 kg of finished goods, what is better? Year 1 or year 2? Correct, no, year 2, no. Your company is more efficient, wastage is less, wastage is. Correct, no, you are using 8 kg, produce 1 kg, or you are using 10 kg to produce 1 kg. Are you there with me, yes or no? This analysis that you are doing, no, this analysis which we just did is called consumption analysis. It's called consumption as raw material consumption analysis. Easy to understand this area? Again, look here, see, next is ratios. Ratios you know very well. All the accounting ratios and all you can check regarding consumption. Basically, raw material is properly used or what. Next. So let's see. There is a reconciliation. Reconciliation basically a stock reconciliation. What stock? Reconciliation. So regarding purchases, is closely connected regarding raw material stock. Last is stock composition analysis. Composition basically means what? Suppose I as an auditor I observed that last 3 years I've seen in the company 31st March raw material WIP finished goods is in the ratio of 40%, 40%, 20%. Tell me again, 40%, 40%, 20%. Last 3 years almost same ratio is there. Let's say 39, 41, 20 like that. Same, almost same ratio is there. This year I see raw material is 0%. WIP is 10%. Finished goods are 90%. Suddenly I realized, oh, what must have happened this year? Why raw material stock is not there? What has happened? So the company, maybe they reply, no, they converted all the raw material quickly into finished good. That's why finished good percentage is much higher. They may give that as a reason. To understand here, because you found the stock composition different. Last 3 years you are seeing raw material, WIP, finished goods at 40%, 40%, 40%. Now this year it is 0, 10 and 90%. So suddenly you got shocked. We'll question the management. I will give you a reply regarding that. That is called stock composition analysis. Are you there with me? Yes or no? That is basically this. Please start copying, please. Then we'll start reading. You want to write the page number? Is on page number 142. 142. And measurement is written there below. We are doing that area. Question number 4, no, I think. I have a suggestion for you all. If you guys are okay with it, because this topic is not that heavy. After this, we'll complete that summary of ethics chapter. And then the summary is pending, no? That chapter number 11. Commit that. Then that one hospital, I want to do that one area hospital. And if that is done, is it okay if I leave you all by 1:45 too? Instead of taking that 15-20 minutes break in the middle. Is it okay? We'll do that. Better for me also. Today, how many of you are sitting here to study? Let's see whether I have company or not. Those who are not in GNK charging, tomorrow I'm planning to shoot that song. I normally shoot one song per batch, so that is good fun. So please do GNK charging tomorrow. Do it nicely, and we'll do that area. And plus our dear song of bench banking, if you want to raise our income, it'll be great fun. We'll read it now. Please come to page number. Please come to page number 142. There you will see the heading called measurement. Measurement, please write there as question number 4. Let's start that area. Everyone please here, do it with me. Look here, see, go to page number 142. Let's do the reading. Keep that chart in front of you or on the screen, it is already there. Let's take the marking with me. Look here, see. Measurement is question number 4. Let's do it. In addition to procedures for establishing occurrence of purchases discussed above, the auditor should also do some checking regarding measurement, whether purchase value is correct or not. So let's see. First, let's start. First, perform circle there cutoff test to ensure that purchases are recognized in the correct accounting period. For the purpose, the auditor should examine and align their material inward records for few days, say last 5 days prior to closing date to check all corresponding invoices have been duly entered in the purchase books and none have been omitted. Tell me why the auditor checking near the period end? They have written here, say, they have written here, examine material inward records for few days, let's say last 5 days prior to closing date. Why? Before 31st March, you should be very careful. They can do manipulation. They can do manipulation. Next. Ensure circle there correct accounting treatment for unlike the goods in transit. This is what I showed you. When the truck falls, goods in transit, who will bear the cost? See this? As per the agreed terms with the vendor regarding transfer of risk and rewards. Risk and reward of ownership in goods. Next. Perform circle there analytical procedure market as star by it is a +1. Write that +1. Only analytical procedures can come in the examination. In that you will write that STARS code. Okay, please here. Perform analytical procedures to obtain audit evidence as to overall reasonableness of purchase quantity and price, which may include. Let's go for it one by one. Please here, everyone. For the consumption analysis, you can put an arrow and write there. Before consumption, you can write there RM consumption, means raw material consumption. Raw material consumption. How much raw material are you consuming? That's the example which I gave you. 10 kg to produce 1 kg, 8 kg to produce 1 kg. That analysis. See this? Auditor should scrutinize. Scrutinize means write that check. You should check raw material consumed as per manufacturing account and compare the same with underline the previous years with closing stock and ask for the reasons from the management if any significant variations are found. Next, stock composition analysis. Let's go for it. Auditor to collect the reports, underline the reports from the management for composition of stock, that is raw material as a percentage of total stock, and compare with the same with the previous year and ask for the reasons from management in case of significant variations. Ratios, auditor should compare underline the creditors turnover ratio and stock turnover ratio of the current year and the previous years. And finally, auditor should review and the quantitative reconciliation of closing stocks with opening stock, purchases and consumption. This is what the auditor will check. Can we easy to understand this part? Okay, everyone, good morning. Last day. Let's start. Now, what I request you all to do first do is remove that extra sheet that you got. Remove that. Students are online. I'm not in your online group. So I'm very sorry I could not send it to you. Someone send it? Oh, very good. I was not in the group, so I didn't know how to connect with the stuff. Good. Students are online. You got the sheet, at least in PDF? Yes or no? Okay. Now, my dear students, let's start with this. Now, as I told you, we are now doing something called as general areas. Okay. General areas means now in the exam, suppose if ICI asks a question where they say, as an auditor, how will you vouch for machinery? So it's an asset. How will you vouch for debtors? So it's an asset. So what are the common points that you can write and come? Okay. So simple, I'll give you 4 codes, 4 very simple codes to remember. Most of the points are common also in that code. So very easy thing to remember. And if you remember that, it is easier for you to write the answer in the exam. Okay. Let's start. The first area of the notes, please here. Let's start. You see the heading. Common audit procedures for auditing assets include the following. So they are given this area here. Okay. And I will request you all to first put the numbering there from the top to bottom. Put the numbering there first. Write the piece 9413, 9413, 9413, 2610, 875, 2610, 875. I'll repeat 9413, 2610, 875. Yeah. 9413, 2610, 875. Okay. Now you pay attention. Simple area. For remembering assets, no points related to assets, and we'll read what the areas is. For assets, you have to remember a code called cards, coin, PI. You have to remember cards, coin, PI. And for remembering liabilities, you have to remember cards, coin, AI. Cards, coin. Can I tell you the good news? Cards, coin is the same. So basically, it is ultra, what do you call, least effort, maximum result. It's that is the main focus here. I told you that chapter I'm hell bent to ensure that that chapter at 8 hours should be reduced to 3 hours. Somehow, the 24 questions itself that will do specific areas, that will take you around 2.5 hours. This should get wrapped up in half an hour. It should be as simple as possible. Okay? So cards, coin, AI, cards, coin, PI first, and cards, coin, AI for assets and liabilities. Let's see one by one. We have put the order for assets. Let's mark it one by one. And let's keep reading side by side and let's finish this one part off. Let's start. Please see here, everyone. Point number 1 for us. Please see that. First is confirmation. Circle confirmation. Circle C. Now, see, now we are on the last day of auditing. Okay, so now you have to start using your own mind and you have to think like this in this area. How can I make the answer better? What I have learned, how can I make the answer better? So I have given the general points, but you have to customize it. Customize it means, suppose the question is about debtors, let's say. So if you write about confirmation, no, confirmation will be general point, or what we read will be general point. But you can make it specific in relation to debtors. Also, when you write confirmation, you should write the standard number. If you go to standard number, say 505. So you should write that area also. What that does is that amplifies your paper to another level. Okay, it improves your paper writing skill basically. Read that confirmation. Let me see this. Obtain third-party confirmation. So in this case, you will write obtain debtors confirmation. You will write that. Okay, because you're writing answer about debtors. In that case, you can write about debtors here. Let's say you are writing about machinery. So in that case, third-party confirmation, you can write here. Obtain confirmation from the seller of the machine. That becomes a third-party confirmation. Are you understanding my point here? You have to customize the answer to what they are asking the question. That you have to apply your brain a little bit. See this. Obtain third-party confirmation for assets held by others. Bank confirmation for cash balances, custodian confirmations for securities. Write there dash for PIN bar matters. For PIN bar matters. The PIN bar, remember or no? There in today's test. Tell me PIN bar. What is PIN bar? Property, investment, inventory, bank balance, bank borrowing, account receivable, accounts payable. Excellent. Mark C of confirmation. Let's go to the second point, please here. And analytical procedures, circle there. Hey, analytical procedures. In analytical procedure, standard number is what I say 520. And then I say 520. You want to write perform trend analysis and ratio analysis to identify unusual fluctuations or inconsistencies. Compare current year asset values with prior periods and with industry benchmarks. What is the industry showing and what are we showing? That is what we will see. Okay. Next, go to point number 3. Recalculation, reconciliation. The recalculation point was somewhere else also. Where was it? Cairo. Question number 5 of essay 500. What all process should you do to obtain sufficient appropriate audit evidence? One of my students here, his favorite standard is essay 500. Let's see this. Recalculate reconciliation. Let's read here, please here. Recalculate online the depreciation, amortization, and impairment to verify accuracy. Then reconcile asset registers with the general ledger and financial statement. So this is also what I will check. You know this area, see impairment also, please underline impairment. You know very well impairment right there, AS28. You can write there, impairment we should check as per AS28. Fill as many standard numbers, all these things you should write. Okay, let's go further. This is point number 3. Let's go to 4. Document review. Documentation review means regarding that fixed asset, what document can you connect in your mind? Let's say if I tell you machinery has been purchased, machinery regarding that, what document comes to your mind? So between the buyer and the seller, we have the buyer, they are the seller. So there must be some agreement, no, regarding the machinery. He purchased the machinery, let's say about 2 crores. For 3 years, he'll provide us free services for the machinery. Anything goes wrong in the machinery, he'll help us. All this will be there in the agreement. So that document will go through. If they're debtors, then there's buyer supply agreement is there. Are you there? If there is bank loan is there, suppose. So bank loan will not come here. Let's say loans given. Loans given. Company has given some loan to some other. So that is an asset here. Loans given. Advance is given. So in that case, you will check the agreement between the lender, that is our company, and the other party. Yes or no? So you have to apply your mind which document comes in relation to that matter. The common point documentation review, read with me, see this. Examine purchase invoices, contracts, title deeds, and other legal documents to confirm and underline their ownership and valuation. Review asset acquisition and underline the disposal. Good point number 5. Simple areas. Underline the subsequent events. Tell me subsequent events is SA 560, right? It's 560. You know it. So you should know it. Come on. Review events occurring after the balance sheet date that may affect asset valuation or disclosure. Assess the impact of subsequent events on the financial statement. The impact of subsequent events. Okay, simple. Example, in the exam, they ask you a question regarding take any asset. Give me any asset you tell. Building, somebody said machinery. So regarding building or machinery, if after the balance sheet date, if there have been any event between the date of the balance sheet and the date of the auditor's report that which require adjustment of or disclosure. Remember case 1 or case 2. That you can mention this line here. In that case, the auditor should do subsequent event procedures. Remember subsequent event? Understand the procedure ordered by the management. Read the minutes of meeting. Read the interim financial statement and inquire with the management. That diagram right here. Dot comma comma comma. Put the points. See, I'm again telling you. These type of questions. No. There is no general set of answer. It is basically the question is what you know. If you are the auditor, how will you check? So if you are the auditor, you write, how will you check? As simple as that. So you have to write relevant points, how will you check? And if you write it with lot of jewelry means standard numbers, Caro clause numbers, SA numbers, AS numbers also. SA numbers, AS numbers. Accounting standard stands on auditing. Then your answer becomes much better. Are you there? So you have to start thinking from that angle. Okay, let's go further, please here. After we are doing the next area, that is your point number 6. Cut off, you know very well. Cut off. Previous year should go in the previous year, next year should go in the next year. Let's read. Verify that the transactions around the audit period are recorded in the correct period. Check the accuracy of year-end balances and adjustment. Can we clearly here? 7. Underline the impairment testing. Assess the needs. Sorry, my mistake. 7 is observation. Observe, underline the inventory count. Observation next to it, right there. We have written it earlier also, but write it here also, right there. Whatever we see and understand. And right there. Observation means whatever we see and understand. Whatever we see and understand. Whatever we see and understand. And inspection is whatever we read and understand. Always remember, okay? Observe inventory counts and other asset related procedures conducted by the organization. Monitor compliance with underline their established policies and procedures. We'll check that. Next, let's go to point number 8. Let's see this easy area. 8 is underline your favorite internal control. Right, the internal control. That cards, coin, I in this internal control. Let's see internal control. Let's see this part. Evaluate the effectiveness of internal control over asset management and safeguarding. See outline that asset management and safeguarding. See how the point is nicely modified for assets. So internal control, but we are writing about the assets. So they clearly given, see, asset management and safeguarding. Test controls related to underline the asset acquisition, disposal, and mint. Are you there with me? So no. So basically this. Next is point number. Please go to point number 9. Physical inspection. Because asset is there, you can do physical inspections. Please see that. Then physical inspection you can do for tangible or intangible asset. Correct? No, see this. Conduct on-site visits to verify physical existence of underlying tangible assets. Inspect and count inventory, property, plant, and equipment. You will go there and check. Physical inspection similar to that observation point. Then to point number 10, last point, that is impairment testing. Assess the need for impairment and evaluate the reasonableness of impairment calculations. You can again write the AS 28. Review market condition, asset condition, and future cash flow projections. Common points are there. You have to write these common points in the exam. Are you there with me? Yes or no? But cater towards assets, so you should do it properly. Easy. Let's go to liabilities. Liabilities, now let's put the order. And I am not reading the common points you can read. So I am not again reading cards, coins. I'll just read that AI part. But put the order everyone please right there. Because you know how it goes. Okay. So I'm not again reading the same thing. Please put the point marking there. 413625. For liabilities, please write there. 413. Circle the word liabilities and the question. 413625. 413625. 8910. 8910. 8910. Okay. Your 1 to 8, my dear students, is the same. It is same. Cards, coin, exactly the same. So I put it in the green bracket there, but it is exactly the same. Okay. Now we have to just write these are AI, extra area here. So let's go for the extra area. Let's see this. Go to point number 9, please see this. Review of accruals and provisions. Read with me. Assess the reasonableness and completeness of accrued expenses and provisions for align their liabilities. Align the word accrued expenses and provisions. Whatever has accrued, we are showing that or not. And whatever provisions have we made, whether that is clearly there. Next, verify calculation and assumptions used in determining accruals and provisions. For provisions, of course, you will use assumptions. How many debtors will not be able to pay the amount back, so that will become your reserve for doubtful debt. The reserve provision. That comes in your point at this point. Point number 9. Point number 10. Inspection of online the board minutes and legal correspondence. Any liability. Suppose company has taken a loan. Of course, the company will take a loan only after the directors are given the approval in the board's meeting. Correct now. So read this with me. Review board minutes and legal correspondence for discussions and decisions related to liabilities, align the contingent liabilities and commitments. Identify and align any potential liabilities that need to be recorded or disclosed. Remember that day I taught you one small area that you can write here. Tell me. This is one question for today also. This is this question. Today I'll make you write this last question of 20. Today is 24. This was this. Remember this question? Difference between provisions and contingent liabilities. There is a present obligation and outflow of resources embody economic benefits is for sure, and reliable estimate can be made. In that case, you treat it as a provision. It will come on the liability side. However, if there is a possible obligation or outflow of resources embodying economic benefits is not probable. We may have to pay, we may not have to pay. We don't know. Or if reliable estimate of the amount cannot be made, if any one of these three, see, for it to be a provision, no 3 out of 3 conditions should be satisfied. And for contingent liability, only 1 out of these 3 conditions is satisfied. You can see this is and. So 3 out of 3. This is or. So you understand 1 out of 3 conditions should be satisfied. Then you classify it as that. Simple. This is the exact thing when I did there. Exact thing for provisional liability, which you are reading right now. This is point number 10. See this. Read this area. Look here. Review board meetings and legal correspondence for discussions and decisions related to align the liabilities, contingent liabilities, and commitments. So auditor will, you can write there. Auditor shall check whether there is a present obligation or a possible obligation. Where outflow of resources embodying economic benefits is probable or not probable. Whether reliable estimate of the amount can be made or cannot be made. Based on that, the auditor will decide whether the company has recognized it properly or not. So you're basically writing AS29 telling the examiner, see, I know AS29. So basically that giving an indication. Yeah, let's go further. The heart of AS29 is this only. Everything around AS29 roams around this only. All the questions that you have done will roam around this only. So basically giving the examiner a small trailer that you know about AS29. You see? Let's go to the last point, please read with me. Identify any potential liabilities that need to be recorded or disclosed. Are we there here? Yes or no? That is our this point here regarding liabilities. Anyone tell me, very easy to understand this area? Comfortable? Okay, simple code, simple area also. That is common points, 8 common points. Okay. Let's go forward to expenses. Expenses has a code called, look here, the code is Star Boy went to school. This is Scar Boy went to school. The code is what? Scar Boy went to school. In that, Scar Boy and V of went is common. Scar Boy and V of went is common with the income part. Income is Scar Boy gave vast confirmation. Scar Boy gave vast confirmation. In that also the Scar Boy and V of vast is common. Common, same points. Okay, so let's go for the order now. Let me put the order in your notes. Let's start. Anyone circle there on the next page, circle there. Expenses. First, expenses. Let's put the order now. 832476. 832476. 76. 1910 511. I repeat, 832476. 1910 511. Here. Okay. Scar Boy went to school. Let's go for it first. S. Scar. S is what? S is substantive testing. And then the substantive testing. Now you are taking expenses. So what you are doing? Look here. You are doing substantive testing. See, to reach the RA level. Let's read. You know it very well. Let's start. Then select a sample of expenses and trace them back to supporting documents to verify their validity and accuracy. Underline that. Trace them back. Circular. Trace them back. Tell me, if you are looking at an entry and you are tracing it back, what is that called? Audit trail. Right there. Audit. Trace them back. Right there. Audit trail. Good. Junaid, sheet come here. Right there. Audit trail. Next, take a sample of transaction from expense accounts to ensure they are properly aligned, recorded and classified. And the sample of transaction from expense account is properly recorded and classified. Easy. Classified means what, right there? Revenue or capital, right? Revenue or capital. Classification will always be revenue or capital. Revenue or capital. Tell me, repairs done to a machine which does not increase the productivity of the machine. Revenue or capital. Repairs done on the machine that increases the production per day from 1000 units to 1200 rupees per unit. 1200 units per day. Capital. Correct? No. That is what you are doing. Classification. Are you there with me? Yes or no? Understand properly? Huh? Let's go to point number 2, everyone. Take the marking with me. See this. Unline cutoff testing, you already know. Let's go for it. Let's read fast. Ensure expenses are recorded. See, now suddenly, there when we did cutoff testing, it was connected to assets. The expenses that we did to purchase machinery. Machinery purchase on 2nd April will go in the next year. 30th March will go in the previous year because it is related to assets. Here you have to cater it towards expenses. Salary paid for March month, but in April will go in the March month only. Yes or no? Accrued in March. Yes or no? Let me see this. Ensure expenses are recorded in the correct accounting period by examining transactions around the year end. Verify the timing of expense recognition for accruals and align their prepaid expenses. Prepaid expenses, you remember, you have done it in that NPO chapter in accounts. Prepaid expenses will come in the asset side. I remember or no? Next, let's go for it. Point number 3, analytical procedure. Let me standard number first, standard number 520, right? Let's say 520. He performed trend analysis, ratio analysis to identify unusual fluctuations or patterns. He aligned their expense account. See again, almost same wordings like we saw earlier, but now it's catered towards expenses. Compare current year expenses with prior periods and budgeted amounts. Very clear to understand here? Yes or no? Proper it is. Now they're able to understand. There's no complaint. Online student sound is clear. I always ask them if sound is clear. Online student sound is clear. Online students, please tell me sound is clear. Offering or they are getting the lecture. Sound is clear. एक स्टूडेंट का कुछ इशू हो रहा है and now it's let's go over it. Please here everyone. Tell me how many points have we done? Point number 3 done. Let's go to point number 4. Let's start, please. Let's keep the momentum, please here. Point number 4, reconciliation. Underline there, reconcile expense accounts with subsidiary ledgers and supporting schedules. You'll reconcile. All expenses are accurately recorded and classified. That is what you are checking in the reconciliation. The expenses reconciliation you're doing. Reco. Next is point number 5. Read with me. Examination of underline there. Again, board minutes and contracts. Review board minutes and contract for decisions or agreements that may underline their impact expenses. Identify any commitments or contingencies that may require underline their expense recognition. So any expenses that you may do, the board of directors have taken the required approval or not. They're giving the approval or not in the board's meeting. Let's go to point number 6. Observation and inquiry. Take observation and inquiry. Okay. So regarding expenses, what we will do? Mark that, please. Observation and inquiry. Put an arrow and write the part of Cairo. Right. The part of Cairo. Correct. No. Part of Cairo. Part of our audit procedures that we do normally. Let's go for it one by one piece here. Observe expense related processes and procedures such as expense claim approvals and payment processing. Next is the second point is given in this manner. Biometric that enter has not come in the system. So see this, inquire of management and relevant personnel about expense policies, procedures, and any significant or unusual expenses. That is what the auditor is checking. Yeah? That's point number 6. Point number 7, online the review of internal controls. See, there also we saw internal controls. Here also now again internal controls. But this internal control will be catered towards the expenses part. So that is how you have to write in the examination. Be smart in this. Read with me, see this. Evaluate the effectiveness of internal controls over expense authorization, recording, and payment. Test controls related to expense approvals, segregation of duties, and align the payment processes. So this is catered towards the expense area. Point number 8, read with me, please. Vouching. Vouching right there basically means checking. Right? Vouching means checking. Whenever we see the word vouching, it means checking. To vouch means to check. See this. When you vouch, what will you check? Examine supporting documentation. You will check invoices, receipts, contracts, or a sample of expenses to ensure they are valid and authorized. Match expenses with purchase order, receiving reports, and payment reports. Look here, everyone. Whenever till now, when we did this, we take out the sample and we check. That checking is called vouching. That checking is called vouching. As simple as it gets. Okay. Let's go to point number 9. We see the expense reports and travel claims. Circle E of expense reports and travel claims. Point number 9 for us. Examine employee expense reports and travel claims for compliance with company's policies. Next, verify that expenses are adequately documented and properly approved. Check all these things. Simple areas. Next, 10 non-routine and significant expenses. Non-routine, unusual expenses. C. Investigate significant or unusual expenses for legitimacy and proper classification. Director has gone for a Europe trip with his family and put it in the company's P&L debit. That is personal nature. Put it in the company's revenue account. That is P&L account. Not correct. That is what we are checking in this. Okay. Review expenses related to online and non-routine transactions such as restructuring cost or litigation expense. That is what we are checking in. Next, point number 11, testing of expense accruals and prepayments online. Here it comes expenses. C. Accuracy of expense accruals and prepayments by examining supporting documentation and recalculating the amount. Simple area. Testing the expense accruals and prepayments. Tell me, clear here. Star boy went to school. Now, star boy V is common. Below also, above also. So now we have to read that in the second, in the income area, we have to read the vast, the AST of vast and confirmation. Vast confirmation. Okay. Let's do the order first. Put the order, please. Then we'll go ahead. Everyone, let's do it. Please see here. Now we're doing the last part. That is the asset part. Let's do it. Put the order 832476. 832476. 832476. 1912. 1912. 11510. 1912. 11510. Now, again, first 8 points are the same. I'm not going to reread it because it's the same area, just that for it is given for the income area. Now, let's read point number 9. Please go to the numbering 9 there. Please read with me. Review significant contracts and align the circle A of agreements. Circle A of agreements. Read with me. Examine significant contracts and agreements to understand the terms and conditions impacting revenue recognition. Ensure compliance with online accounting standards and revenue recognition policies. Online their contracts and agreements you will check. And you will check compliance with accounting standards and online the revenue recognition. Revenue recognition is here right there. ES9. Good. ES9. Point number 10, everyone. We go to point number 10, PCR. That is subsequent events. Okay, again, you know it's subsequent events, but it is given in relation to the income areas. Let's see this. Examine events occurring after the balance sheet date to identify any adjustment or disclosure needed for online the revenue transactions. Assess the impact of subsequent events on the financial statement. On the balance sheet date, we are expecting that our customers will pay us the amount. After it was balance sheet date, because I remember Hyderabad earthquake, they are not able to pay the amount. Case 1. In that case, we have to make the adjustment of in the financial statements. Are you there with me, yes or no? Basically, this only. Right there, I say 560. Subsequent event is 560. Testing of revenue accruals and deferrals. Let's see this. And verify the accuracy of revenue accruals and deferrals by examining supporting documentation and online the recalculating amount. Again, the same thing. You'll see whether it's accrual. Deferral means whether it is postponed. We are deferring the income for later period. Okay. We have earned it now, but we are going to recognize it later. Ensure that the accruals and deferrals are properly online, recorded and classified. Accruals and deferrals are properly classified and recorded. Next, point number 12. Let's go for it. Next is confirmation. Last point. Confirmation, you know, write the PSA 505. Send confirmation request to customers to verify the existence and accuracy of account receivable balances. Follow up on any discrepancies. Discrepancy is a mismatch. Discrepancy is a mismatch on non-responses. Can be simplest work. You have to master these 4 answers. This, in the worst case scenario, will fetch you around 8 marks in the examination if it comes. 8 to 10 can come on the general areas. I told you that maximum also, if we take on this, maximum marks can come in the exam is 14. Max, I've seen. If you cover 14 marks also, these type of questions will come for 8 to 10 marks maximum. Now you have to know this code very well. So out of the 8 to 10 marks, maximum that you take out, that's an advantage for you. So the maximum you should take out is ideally you should score minimum 5. For sure you should score minimum 5. But then you should aim for scoring 8. If you get 8 out of 10, then oh boy, you're writing a super wallpaper. The reason is because this chapter, I know we are taking a little bit of a shortcut we are taking in this. And that also we are able to take around 7 to 8 marks out of 10 in these areas. Then you are finding that extra 5 hours for doing the other chapters basically. Remember that area? So then you are writing a killer wallpaper. So you should ensure that we have done the minimalistic work on this chapter as compared as possible. 4 answers and 4 answers with common points. That should be proper. This 4 side should be proper. But you are able to write a good paper. Are you there with me, yes or no? What you have to do. Now I have created some few areas so that your answer is much better. But I thought that students, if the question comes very specifically, then it should be much better. See, after that sheet, I have given you some more areas there. Read it, okay, see. You can see there A, B, C, D, E. Can you see A, B, C, D, E? Yes or no? Now A, B, C, D is they ask you something specific. Example, if they ask you, how will you check existence of machinery? Existence machinery hai ya nahi? Machinery is there or not? How will you check that? So look here, see, you see A there, existence. Can you see their existence? In bracket, then write there the code, right? The existence of cop, right? The existence of cop. Rama is there on the road, right? The existence of cop. Existence of cop. You'll remember like this. The code is existence of cop. What is cop? Take the marking, please. Now, whenever they ask you existence, no, 100% of first 3 points should be this, and then you go to the main answer. Then you go to the code, basically cards, coin. For this is PI for assets. For existence, you'll check on assets, or you'll check existence of liabilities. Remember existence. Assertions about account balances. Go for, tell me, existence, right side, obligation, completeness, value. You have to basically checking that one. You are checking the assertions, the existence, completeness. RO is nothing but rights and obligation, and valuation and disclosure. Are you there? Yes or no? So they ask you about something specific. How will you check existence of assets and liabilities? So the first 3 points I should write is this COP. Then you go to the main answer. If it is asset, then go to cards, coin, PI. If it is liability, go to cards, coin, AI. Are you there with me? Let's go for a PCR. C is underline there. You know this. And just take the underlining. I'm not reading the entire sentence because you know the points. Underline that confirmation should be the first point. Observation should be the second point. And physical inspection should be the third point. Physical inspection should be the third point. Next, point number B. Circle there, please. Completeness of card. Right? The completeness of card. Please say the completeness of card. What is card? Please here. First point is circle the cutoff testing. Again, you know. Previous year, current year. Second, you know very well analytical procedures. Third is underline the reconciliation. And fourth is trace transactions. I want to ask you a good question. Tell me. The trace transaction point, where have we seen? Of course, you have seen audit only. I'm teaching audit only. No. Good. How will you understand relevant controls? Question number 6 of control circuit. Evaluating the design of controls. Tracing transaction. Observation. Inquiry. Inspection. Operating evidence. Going in the mind, yes or no? That's basically this. Okay, so that is your T is trace transactions. Let's go further. Rights and obligation. Okay, rights and obligation, I'm going to call it as an RO. In the code that you see, RO is rights and obligation. Okay, so we'll say RO DOCO. We'll say RO DOCO. What is DOCO? Simple. Align the documentation review. We'll say documentation, and of course, our DR 505 again, write the confirmation. Okay. Now, students, you guys know the valuation of a single mark. You know it. Mark is what the code. See this valuation of mark. But mark there, please. First, M is market comparison. Unlike the M is market comparison. A is analytical procedures again. Regarding valuation, you will do analytical procedures. R is again recalculation. R is again review of estimates. And K is time pass. Easy to understand this part here. Finally, write the presentation disclosure. We'll write a code that called right there FBI disclosure. Right, FBI disclosure. We'll write the disclosure and just add there by FBI. By FBI. Now the first point that we'll take, my dear students, is we'll call it FBI disclosure. Is F is what underline the financial statement review. Underline the financial statement review. That is one. So disclosure whether they are as per the financial statement, that is AFRF, that is what we'll check. Next, 2 is underline the board minutes review as per the board's every important matter is disclosed or not. 3, underline the inquiry. Again, they have written that they are about continuing liabilities or commitments. You will inquire with the management. And 4 is underline the disclosure checklist, whether all the necessary disclosures have been given or not. Example, as per AS 20, you have to give on the face of the profit and loss account, you have to give about EPS. Whether that is given or not, that will be in the disclosure checklist. Related party transaction should be disclosed as per AS 18, disclosure checklist. So that checklist will be there. Are you there with me, somehow? You have to ensure that this sheet is you are taking the maximum value out of it. Okay, this sheet, I don't take the credit of it. The credit should go to my dear student. His name is Kalp Jain. I have to tell it because I never take credit of the thing that I have not done. So I have to give the disclosure. Kalp is one of the most genius students I've ever seen in my life. Okay, this guy, September, he was in my Jan 2025 batch. The exam is just got over. Kalp Jain, I was teaching him in the month of May, April or May. And that time he came and asked me, Karthik sir, kya karu? Should I am eligible to write a September exam also. Should I go to the September exam or should I go for the Jan exam? Kalp, I know you very well. You are sincere. This guy, after every class, will request me, sir, 10 minutes sit. and he'll ask me proper doubts. Proper. He'll enter into the subject like crazy, do his research and all, read some fraud cases, come and ask me queries like that. Crazy guy. Very, very good brain. He used to ask me queries regarding this 10-minute after class. So I knew that he's a high caliber guy. And he's going to do very well in life. You will see him soon as a CEO of a company. He's so specific about the things. Now, this guy told me, sir, मैंने ना chapter 5, I was not teaching audit, I taught him law. In his branch in Mumbai, I was not teaching audit, I was teaching him law. So he told me about audit, sir. Audit में क्या करूँ, sir? I don't understand this chapter, how to go about it. So I said, come see, I have a different method of going about this chapter. I use shortcuts. So earlier we had 2 songs for this, remembering this. But then he told me, sir, I'll create my own notes regarding, let me see. I said, okay, we'll do that and should give it to me for review. Let me just check how it works. So Kal gave that and gave it to me. And I was shocked at the detailing. This guy made his entire note. Of course, I made some modifications in that to make it student friendly for you all. And he made these notes so proper. Now about this, what he did is, he gave the September exam. So he took a chance. September 24 exam he took a chance. Scored AIR 13. So even with his so-so preparations, that guy scored AIR 13. That is the mind. And his entire batch was going to give the Jan exam. So he first of all preponed his attempts, worked hard, and ensured he gets the rank also. So then he still calls me, sir, party kabhi hai mera. When I go to his branch, no, I put him a party. We are going to go out for lunch one day. I'll put a story on, we'll see who it is. Very, very good. So this credit goes to him. Excellent notes he has made to ensure that the things are very, very proper. Are you there? Okay, let's go further. Code copy, no? It's for you only. Copy. Anyone please copy cards, koi, PI, cards, koi, AI, car boy, went to school, car boy, gave vast confirmation. Wrote this, all these things. Tyro is common, true. But you cannot write a re-performance. Tyro. Can do it, but there are some areas which are specific to that. So I thought it is better to do it. Some areas will not fit for some assets. That is why. Observation you can do of machinery. You cannot do of debtors. Correct? No. That is why that area. When you write that, as I always say, when you write that area, to think whether that point is fitting or not. Okay, everyone, can you go ahead now? Done. Come to this part, please. Here. Abhinav, you take a photo, copy later. Okay, let's go further now. Now, everyone, let's go to our list of the answers that we were doing. So we did question number 4 yesterday. Okay, let's do a few more questions. At 8:50, we start the test. We'll go till 9:50. As soon as 9:50, we'll take a break until 10:20. Simple. So till 8:50, we'll cover the areas. Then I'll take the test. 8:50 to 9:50. Okay, question number is set. Nicely set. Okay, 32 marks, 1 hour. The exam you have 100 marks, 3 hours. 100 divided by 3, 33 marks. We have 32 marks and for 1 hour. Simple. Let's go for it, please. Prepared or not prepared? Good. क्या दिनेश हुआ कि नहीं बंद घर पे आके थोड़ा let's start. Please here, let's go to our notes. Please write there question number 5. Let's start. Go to your notes. Let's go for it. Question number 5. Question number 5. Question number 5. Okay, let's do it. Everyone, please here. Let's read. How shall the auditor verify? Underline the dividend income. Income, this should be the income by mistake. Write the interest income. Dividend income, interest income, and then income from mutual funds. Write that please. How shall the auditor verify dividend income, interest income, income from mutual funds? Income from mutual funds. Income from mutual funds. Look at the screen for understand. Then we'll read. Then you copy. Okay, like yesterday only. Do it in a relaxed manner. No hurry. You have time today. Hopefully, so let's do it properly. But first is look at the screen regarding dividend income, interest income, and mutual fund income. What all should the auditor check? First, auditor should first check regarding dividend. Look at the screen whether there is a right to receive dividend. Whether there is a right to receive dividend. Tell me, when does the right to receive dividend arise? When does the right to receive dividend arise? When? No, tell me. Declaration. Correct. Declaration happens when? For interim dividend, when does it happen? No, I'm asking you, interim dividend, when is the declaration date? Interim dividend, when is the declaration date? Correct. Board resolution. Whenever the day the board passes the board resolution. Correct. And final dividend, when is the declaration date? AGM date. In the AGM it is approved. In the AGM it is approved. Array. Dividend you are paying as per 123. 123 is what? Declaration of dividend. Declaration of dividend. Declaration of dividend. In this it is written dividend whenever you declare you have to pay within 30 days. Yes or no? Dividend you have to pay within 30 days. If you fail to pay within 30 days, then after 30 days in the next 7 days. Next 7 days is section number 124 will transfer to unpaid dividend account. Yes or no? How do you remember 7 days here? So 7 days, you'll remember your 7 days. 7 days is what? 1 plus 2 plus 4 is 7. 7 days. Next, 125. Everything doesn't work like this, I'm just telling. Okay. This is your IPF. So within 7 days, will transfer to unpaid dividend account. It will stay in that account for how many years? 7 years. And after 7 years, we'll transfer it to IEPF. Investor Education and Protection Fund. Yes or no? Good. After that, you will transfer, then it is abeyance. Abeyance, remember or no? You don't know who to pay the dividend to. So we'll keep it in abeyance. Then we wait for the share transfer to happen properly, then you'll give it to the right person. You know. And 127 is if you don't follow these things properly, penalty is waiting for you under section number 127. That is as simple as it is. 5 sections. 123, 124, 125. 126, 127. Tell me again. 123, 124, 125, 126, 127. Easy? 123. Declaration of dividend. Declaration of dividend. Source is one part of it. In declaration of dividend, no source is one part of it. It can come from this year's profit, last year's profit, or government can give some, or government grant it should come, or from government subsidy it can come. That is given as source. Source is one part of it. 123 declaration of dividend. 124 is unpaid dividend account. 125 is IPF. 126 is abeyance. 127 is penalty. 124 unpaid dividend account. 127 penalty. 123 declaration of dividend. Exact name of declaration of dividend. 125 IPF. 142 revelation. 147 contravention. 146 right to receive the notice of the meeting and to attend the meeting. I remember or no? 139 138. Okay, I'll make one more commitment if possible. If you get time to, I'll help you remember at least major areas, because yesterday I came to know that law section you are not remembering. So I felt before the exam, I'll help you a little bit if I get time. You will do that. It will help you to score more marks. I'll help you to remember section number the 123 we have already done. 123 to 140 I will remember everything. This is a small area to help you remember. I can help you remember everything, but I don't have the time. Problem is that. And then I'll help you remember the share capital debenture chapter. That is from section number 43 to 71. This also, if you remember properly, you'll get good grip in that area. Now, can you go ahead now? Now, everyone, please come to this part. So, what they're trying to say here, let's see. Now, come to audit now. You're looking at the right to receive the dividend. Right to receive the. Yeah. Next. Regarding interest income. Now, think about it. Logical brain says what? So, interest income regarding what will the auditor check? First, if I'm going to check interest income in Utkarsh's company, first I'll ask you, Utkarsh, in which banks, how much amount of FD have you made? Tell me that. He'll tell me, sir, SBI, we have 3 FDs. In, let's say, in Axis Bank, we have 4 FDs. In HDFC, we have 5 FDs. Like that, he'll tell me the FDs. So, I'll first obtain the list of the FDs and the amount, which is the 5 lakh, 3 lakh, 8 lakh, 15 lakh, 25 lakh. Like that is a bit different FDs here. First, let's see, list of FDs. In that FD, each bank is paying how much interest? See this rate of interest rate. Rate of interest. Therefore, how much period that amount is there in the bank? That is called period. That is the period. Therefore, all 12 months, you will do 12 divided by 12. Correct? No. 8 months and 8 divided by 12. Yes or no in calculation of interest? Tell me. List of FD. Interest period. Tell me. List of FD. Interest rate period. Then we will come to the amount. Tell me if you do the amount of FD into interest rate into period equal to will be the amount of interest. Yes or no? Amount of interest. Next is how much interest has already accrued and become due, but the bank has still not paid you. Bank has still not paid you. That is called outstanding at the year. Outstanding at the year. Nowadays it becomes automatic, but still outstanding at the year in the given year. And last point is you will check a form called 26AS. That is your 26 is basically for TDs. It is for, in today's times, it is, this is there, but there is also a form called annual income statement that the government gives, that is called AIS. So whenever you have to fill your return of income, government will, you see, this is your AIS. According to our record, government records, we have spoken to the income tax authorities, GST authorities, all the authorities. We come to know that this is your income. They will tell you all your income. They will tell you, and you have to show this in your income tax returns. That is called annual income statement. Annual income statement. Simple, very easy. Tell me interest part, very easy, very easy. Tell me list of FD multiplied by the interest rate multiplied by the period. You get the amount of interest. What is the outstanding at the year end? And you have to see, check the form 26 AS and also the AIS. AIS is annual income statement. That is what is currently applicable in India. Are you there? Regarding mutual fund, sale of mutual fund, very simple. Sir, at what value have we sold? Redemption value. And at what value you are showing in the books? That difference is profit. What is the profit? What value have we sold the mutual funds? What value have we shown in the books of accounts? The difference between that is our profit. See this mutual fund, sale of mutual funds. Redemption price is our income, what value you are selling the mutual fund units, and second is carrying value. It is carrying value in our books. The difference between these two is your profit. Are you there with me? So, part of check these things. Easy? Can we read it? So, give me the textbook, please. Let's start. Question number 5. Let's go for it. Page number is written there 140. Let's start. 140, my dear student. Please go there. Let's go for it. Please here. First is, I want you all to go to audit procedures. You will see the heading below that. You will see audit procedures there. That is for us question number 5. Question number 5. Okay, let's see this. Let's start reading it. Read the second bullet point first. Second bullet point. So inside the first bullet point, there are 3 sub bullet points. We are reading the second main bullet point. Mark it as 1. See, first is dividend. Circle the dividend word. And whatever we read, the same thing is written here. See this. Verify that the same are underlined, recognized in the profit and loss account. Only when underlined there, right to receive payment of dividend is established. Provided it is probable that economic benefit associated with dividend will flow to the entity, and the amount of dividend is underlined there, reliably measured, properly measured. Amount is proper. Let's go to the first point here. Mark it as 2. That is interest income. Verifying interest income on fixed deposit. There are 3 sub bullet points here. Let's read it first. Obtaining circle there. A listing of fixed deposit. Keep matching it with our answer on the screen. I'll just zoom it for you. See this. Listing of fixed deposits opened during the period under audit, along with the applicable underlying interest rate and the number of days, that is period for which the deposit was outstanding during the period. Verify the arithmetical accuracy, that means calculation of the interest calculation. They are also given. Next, for deposits, still circle there, outstanding at the period end, trace the same to the direct confirmation obtained from the respective bank. Underline the word confirmation and write there as F505. Keep having that habit. Whenever you write confirmation, the exam should be automatic. 505. Obtain a confirmation of underline their interest income from the bank and verify that the interest income as per the bank reconciles, means matches with the calculation shared by the entity. Next, underline that. Also obtain a copy of form or circle that 26 AS, TDS withholding by bank or financial institution, and reconcile the interest reflected therein to the calculation shared by the client. That is your basically the third point. Tell me, easy to understand this area. Last point, my dear student, market as 3. See this. Verify the gain or loss on sale of investment in mutual funds is recorded as other income only on underline the transfer of title when you sell the mutual funds from the entity, and determined as the underline the difference between what? Underline the redemption price, you can write their selling price, and carrying value, you can write their book value. Selling price and the book value. Difference between that is your income. Tell me, everyone, very, very clear. Area. Go to your notes. Question number 5 you have written. Please copy the diagram. Today, I am requesting you all to do one thing. I am planning to cover a lot of things for you all. Extra, we are doing a lot of things. So please ensure that your speed of writing is there. Only then that section of memorizing, I'll get time. I'll be frank, my flight is at 6. I have to start at 2:30 from my hotel. I have to leave you all by 2. We have to complete the batch by 1:45 or 1:40. So we have that 10 minutes or 15 minutes of photo time or something. So 1:40 is the deadline. I have to. Otherwise, I'm really missing my flight. And I stick here and teach you other subjects also. So no problem. So that is why I'm telling you very honestly. I can show you my ticket also at 6 o'clock only. So please, by 1:40 you have to complete it, and it is really right now cut to cut. So please show some speed while copying. The airline have to see the ticket. And I had to check that. Thank you for reminding me. Of an Air India flight. area now it is that Vistara. Identity. Okay, done. Can you go ahead now? Let's go ahead, please. Here, please show some speed out while copying. Genuinely requesting you. Here, please go to the question number 6. Write that, please. Write the question. I am repeating it to you. How shall the auditor obtain clear understanding? How shall the auditor obtain clear understanding? How shall the auditor obtain clear understanding? How shall the auditor obtain clear understanding of the organization and its revenue centers? Of the organization and its revenue center. Of the organization and its revenue center. You go to page number 137. The entire side is this answer. The examples part, we can skip it for the timing. We can read the main points. Come to income statement captions, you'll see there below, you'll see there auditor needs to obtain a clear understanding. It is written in dark blue. Auditor needs to obtain clear understanding. That area, we see here, mark it as question number 6 for us. Everyone read with me, and I'll just explain. Oh, look at the screen first. Let's do one thing. Let's take the understanding here. Look at the screen one by one. See, understand properly. Yeah, see this. First, the auditor will see which are the main places from which the company's sales happen. Where is the main area, branch where from the sales happens? That is what we'll see. This is Yashas Academy. So I'll see, okay, where does the admission take place? It takes place in Jayanagar and Shazadpuram. Okay. So even if, let's say, they have a printing office somewhere or some other administration office somewhere, then I'm not concerned with those offices because their sale is not happening. So I'll see the control points over sale. See, control points over sale. Where is the main sale happening? Okay. Second, I will test the controls regarding sales. Test the control regarding sales. How the controls are regarding sales. Look here, see. This is what you know. If the controls of sales are strong, then my substantive procedures will be less. Controls of sales are weak, my substantive procedures will be same thing. See written below. See this. If strong, then auditor can do less transaction testing. That is substantive procedures will be less. Next, tell me, can the auditor check all sales area or only on sample basis? Random sampling they have written here. Random sampling they should have did Harabomzi. Finally, the auditor will do analytical procedures. Analytical. Next analytical procedure, what will you write there? Essay 5. Automatic. Essay 5 days. Read it with me. See, very simple area. Question number 6. Read it with me. This has come twice by the way in the exam. This one. Please here. Question number point number 1. Auditor needs to obtain an understanding of the underlying their management control, means controls, internal controls in respect of underlying their sales process. Point number 2. The auditor tests the controls and then tests the controls of the entity as set up for the underlying their sales cycle to determine underlying their how strong and how reliable they are, whether they are strong or not. If they are strong and operating effectively, the auditor can reduce the extent of underlying their substantive testing. Any deficiencies, weaknesses in the internal control shall be communicated as per underlying the asset 265. 265, you know very well. Deficiencies. And the deficiencies in IC. Deficiencies in IC. Once you know the standard, everything makes sense in auditing. Okay, let's go further. Point number 3. The auditor selects a random sample of testing of transactions and examines the related customer purchase orders, online customer purchase orders, invoices, customer statements to ensure that the control being tested is a numbered sales invoice, numbered being proper sales invoice. This will enable the auditor to determine online the nature, timing, extent of substantive procedures to be applied. So you'll come to know how much you have to do the work. Finally, point number 4. Perform online the substantive audit procedures is a must. Substantive online procedures will consist of online the sales trend analysis. This you can write in that normal sales point also. Wherever you're writing sales, these points are so common. Write in the normal sales answer. If you're writing some point regarding sales in the examination, you always write DCC, sales trend analysis, comparison the previous accounting period, category wise sales analysis, any analysis the auditor may find relevant, and most important of all, I'll give you an example. My friend who is in Amazon, he works in Amazon, he was working in Amazon, he now changed his company. Now in Amazon, he was a category head. So I asked him what is the work exactly. He was in charge of the western region of India, Amazon, how much they sell mobile handsets. He was in charge of that product category. People buy perfumes, he's not concerned about it. People buy cutlery, he's not concerned. People buy pots for plantation, he's not concerned. He's concerned with mobile phones. So his category is that. So how is the sales categorized into different compartments, different categories? That is what is written there. So you will see the category wise sales, how it is going. That is what you're doing ratios and trends about. Understanding my point here? Okay, let's go further, please here. Building a sales expectation and comparing with that of the client's sales records. The auditor will need to know the sales price of the products or services over the year, monthly average sales price per product or service, and the discount policies, all these things are audited. Okay, easy to understand this part here. Please copy what is there on the screen. First, please copy. While copying, show speed. Just a second. Bit better. Easy. Can you proceed? Go ahead. Let's proceed. Let's keep the steady pace. I want to get over. Question number 7, nice question. Okay, let's go for it. Question number 7, beside that, audit procedures to verify and an reduction of capital. That's why capital is dear section number 66. Right there. Audit procedures to verify reduction of capital. Very nice area. Very nice area. It's page number 107. Please go to 107 there. And there's our question number 7 here. I would tell you one thing, and this answer, no, you will find it so easy now. So this area you will tell me without seeing also in 5 minutes. When you look here, see, let's focus on the screen. Very easy to remember this areas. Okay, look here, see. Reduction of share capital is a section in your Companies Act which you learn in the law syllabus. Reduction of share capital 66. This I told you about this earlier. Also, I was teaching you a point which I when I was teaching you risk circuit. In that case, I told you a point that significant risk can be because of non-routine matters and judgmental matters. The judgmental matters, I give you an example regarding interpretation. And that time I told you one thing. There is a section in the Companies Act in which my senior there in Mumbai called Nihal sir and your Ishika ma'am, the three of us interpret in a different manner. It is one of the more trickiest sections in the Companies Act. Okay? That is the section 66. Reduction of share capital. After CSR, this is the most tricky. CSR is just lengthy. It's like not big. It's not difficult. It's lengthy. This is tricky. This section is very tricky. It's not that much big in size, but the language, subsection number 1, 8, 9, 10, language is very, very heavy. Okay, very heavy. Section 66. They have given the all procedures to verify reduction of capital. So regarding reduction of capital, what all should the auditor check? Everyone look here, pay attention, look here. See, very simple answer. I'm just breaking it down for you, very easy. Reduction of share capital basically is similar. You can take it as your internal reconstruction that you do in accounts. Then will internal reconstruction in account happen regularly or not regularly? Will it happen when the company is in a good financial position or bad financial position? So it's a rare situation. Company is in a bad financial position and they want to show the real balance sheet. Whatever. So they have a lot of garbage in the company in terms of miscellaneous expenditure, goodwill, all these things are showing on the asset side. They want to cancel that off and they want to show come out with the renewed balance sheet. Basically, that is the main intention. That's what you do in reduction of in internal reconstruction, correct? So whenever you make some big changes, first of all, the company should approve it within. Example, a family is trying to decide to purchase a new house or plan to relocate wherever they are staying now. They plan to shift here. Tell me, will your parents first announce to the outside world that they are shifting or first discuss with the family? Always in company when a big decisions are taken, you discuss with the family. Family means the shareholders. So first thing, whenever the company is going for reduction of share capital, first step is you would see whether AOE gives the approval or not. Sorry for this. whether AOA gives the approval for it or not. So that is AOA gives the approval. Again, you have to call the shareholders and tell them, see, we are planning to go for reduction of share capital. Are you guys okay with it? Shareholders have to pass a special resolution. You understand here, with these two, the company is approving. The company is approving. The home is approving. Yes, let's do this. So first is AOA should give the approval. AOA should be written in that. And second, special resolution should say that yes, let's go for reduction of share capital. Reduction of share capital, for doing that, no, you have to take tribunal's permission because it's a big step for the company. Some creditors should not be at loss. That is why you have to take this approval that you have taken and you have to take your special resolution and make an application to tribunal and wait for tribunal to give their approval. Tribunal will pass an order and give their approval. They'll pass an order to give their approval. Now it is sanctioned by tribunal also. That tribunal's order you take to ROC, you take to, and you take it to the ROC, and ROC will give us certificate. ROC will certify that matter. It will give you a certificate. Yes, you have passed special resolution properly. Tribunal has given the order properly. Okay, we are certifying. Whatever changes in the account that you do in internal litigation chapter, you open an account called capital reduction account. Yes or no? That you can do only if ROC has given the certificate. ROC has given the, tell me the compliance requirement first. Tell me first, the people in the company will approve. Tell me first, it will be there in the AOA. They will pass a special resolution. The special resolution will take it to the tribunal. They will pass an order for the approval. That tribunal's order will take it to the ROC. ROC will give you a certificate. Now you can make whatever accounting changes you want. Remember, debtors go down on their value from 7 lakhs to 2 lakhs. So entries you pass now. Yes. My favorite entry in this chapter is that, equity share capital face value goes from 100 to 10. Test entry, very easiest 1 mark of your life. Equity share capital account debit, rupees face value 100. Equity share capital face value 10. Happiness of that 1 mark is another level. So, when the ROC gives a certificate, my dear students, now only, look here, you can pass the accounting entry. Now you can pass the accounting entry. Now tell me, account, what will you change? You are changing the balance sheet. So what will you change? Look here, see, you will change the asset side. You will change the liability side. It does go down from the value from 7 lakhs to 2 lakhs. So you are changing the asset. So you are doing what? Asset valuation. You are changing the asset valuation. And the whole point of doing this was to reduce your share capital. Reduce your, so the liability side, what are you doing? Look here, see, alteration of share capital. Alteration of share capital. Tell me again, very easy. Tell me, tribunal has given, sorry, the ROC has given a certificate. So now you can do the required accounting entries. Asset valuation you will change. Liabilities you will alter the share capital. Because you alter the share capital. Now whenever you make the balance sheet, new balance sheet, you have to write there and reduced in the balance sheet. And reduced. Remember that or no? It is, you will write balance sheet, you will write there and reduced. And because you have to alter the share capital. Alter the share capital. In that case, in your MOA, there are these clauses. I don't know whether you remember foundation. Registered office clause, object clause, name clause, capital clause, domicile clause, subscription clause, liability clause. In that, the capital clause which is there, that gets amended because you have changed the share capital. Your MOA will be amended. So whenever a person comes to ask for the MOA in the company, you have to give the amended MOA. You have to give the amended. Are we there here? Yes or no? Answer done. Big answer done. Go for it. Just read it in the matter of what. And first is what? Come in first. They should be there in the AOA. Come in pass the special resolution. That you will go and take it to the tribunal. You will pass an order. Give the approval. That you take it to the ROC. I will give you the certification. Certification you will pass the accounting entry. In the asset you will change the valuation. Liability you will alter the share capital. Because you have altered the share capital, your MOA will be amended and overall the balance sheet will be and reduced. Yes or no? Easiest area. Go to page number 107. There, my dear student, below you will see reduction of capital. Can you see reduction of capital? Let's go for it. Let's read from the beginning and take the marking. I don't know if this in this order only. Little point upper niche will be there. I must have reshuffled the point little bit up and down. That's for that proper flow for you. Okay. You copy later, but please pay attention. Let's read, take the marking first. For verification of reduction of capital, the auditor needs to undertake the following procedures. Let's keep reading first. Verify the minute of the verify that the meeting of the shareholders held to pass a special resolution was properly convened. Special resolution, and that the proposal was circularized in advance among all the shareholders. Next, verify the AOA authorizes the reduction of capital or not. That is, you will verify that. Circle in first point special resolution. Circle AOA. Next, please go ahead. Examine the circular order of the tribunal confirming the reduction and verify that a copy of the order and the minutes have been online, registered and filed with the ROC. Inspect the ROC certificate as regards to reduction of capital. Vouch the circular accounting entries because ROC has given certificate. We will vouch the accounting entries recorded to reduce the capital and to write down the assets. Let's go to the next point. Confirm whether circular revaluation of assets has been properly disclosed in the balance sheet. So point number 7. Adjustment made in the members account in the register of members Now, I hope you understand that in today's times, share certificates and all are not there. What is that? Demat form. But they are written from the earlier angle. So if you want to write the point, you write this point. See this. And confirm that either the paid up amount shown in the old share certificates have been altered or new share certificates have been issued in lieu of, means instead of the old, and the old ones have been cancelled. So you will check whether the share certificates have been cancelled. Old ones. Next one, please see this. Confirm that the word circular and reduced is, if required by the order of tribunal, have been added to the name of the company in the balance sheet. And finally, my dear student, verify the MOA of the company has been suitably amended. Are you there with me? Yes or no? Comfortable? Please copy this first. Tell me, can you go ahead now? I'm going to ask you a good question now. Tell me this. Tell me, securities premium account, can it be used for any purpose? Or there is a specific purpose for it? I want you to look at the screen. Tell me whether it should be used for that purpose or not. Okay, ready for it? You can see, look at the screen. Tell me. Start playing this game. First, can a security premium account be used for increasing directors' remuneration? Okay, you are telling no. Can be used for marketing expenditure, marketing cost? Can be used for redemption of preference shares? Okay, you are telling yes. Redemption of debentures at premium? Yes or no? Writing off of preliminary expenditure? Share issue expenses? Share issue expenses? Share issue? If you are issuing shares, can you take the money out of your security premium account? Yes or no? Yes or no? You will take majority. How many will tell yes? Raise your hands. Can be used. Okay. How many will tell no? Raise your hands. There's more. Issuing share at a discount. Can I issue the share at a discount and set it off with security account? The answer is yes or no. Okay. Printing prospectus. Underwriting commission of the underwriter. Yes or no? How many will tell yes? Raise your hands. 1, 2. How many will tell no? Raise your hands. We will go with yes. Majority are yes in this. For which purpose can securities premium account be used? For that, you have to remember a code with me. If you don't remember this code, no, you will never get this right. I've seen this in almost all branches. You have to say a code with me. That code is called Icodibo Priprio. That code is Icodibo Priprio. What do you say? Icodibo Priprio. Icodibo. What is Icodibo Priprio? What is this? What is Icodibo Priprio? Let's see this one by one. For us, no, my dear student, look at the screen. Icodi. This E code is point number 3. And now I want you all to read point number 3 carefully with me. Look here, see. Or do one thing, go to your book, go to that page first. Go to page number, where you can also take the marking, go to 106. There you will see a heading called application of secondary premium account. Can you see that? At the top, secondary premium account, where it is written, write the next question number. What is the next question number? So please tell me. Question number 8. Write the question number 8. And go to that application of secondary premium account. Application, for which purpose secondary premium account can be used. Read the third one. See, everyone, you have to be alert. Now see this. Only then you get it right. See this. In writing off of, see this. Underline the expenses. E. In E code, E is expenses. Circle E of expenses. Circle O of commission paid. And circle DI of discount allowed. E code E. Now, how it works is like this. See, it is, you will read like this. See, writing off the expenses of any issue of shares or debentures. Any issue of shares or debentures. You understand that area? So, any expenses of shares or debentures, you can use secondary premium account. Any expense. Any expense. Look here. Any expense means, there are these expenses also included. Please here, which expenses? Look here. Tell me, share issue expenses. Can we use it? The answer is yes. Prospectus printing. Can we use it? The answer is yes. Easy to understand the area. Second, read the second co. Co is what? Commission paid in relation to shares or debentures. Commission is what? Underwriting commission. Can we use it? The answer is yes. Discount allowed on issued shares or debentures. If you are by chance issuing the share at discount, you are allowed only in 2 cases. You are issuing the shares, that is sweat equity shares. And second, in the case of if you are giving the shares to creditors as part of statutory resolution plan or debt resolution scheme, in that case you can do it. That is what the section allows. That is called shares issued at a discount. That is basically this area. Can you do it? The answer is yes. Are you there with me? Yes or no? Comfortable? So for these purposes, you can use secondary premium account. And you will never know about it if you don't do that study in depth of the section. By the way, this exact section you have seen in law also, by the way. A is section 52, correct? You have seen in law also. You understand here, see, look at this part, look, see. To know exactly, because otherwise in the exam, no, ICI is looking for these weaknesses only. ICI, I know them by now, they are really scavengers. Look here, see. They are waiting to steal your marks. Look here, see. Come here, look here, see everyone. Expenses paid, commission paid, discount allowed of any shares or debentures of the company. E code E. Bo is very simple. Bonus. Bonus paid, online the bonus share. This you know. This is very simple. Bonus shares. You already know. E code Bo. Pre is what? This is preliminary expenses of the company. Pre-incorporation expenses. Preliminary expenses. For writing of that, you can use the security account. There is another pre. Pre is what? Look here, see. Premium payable. See, premium payable. Premium payable. Only premium payable. On redemption of any preference shares or any debentures. Only a premium amount. Example, I had issued a debenture at 100 rupees. I am redeeming it at 120 rupees. So 20 rupees premium. That premium can come out of the secondary premium account. That premium can come out of the secondary account. Not the entire 120. Not the entire 100. So what do you understand? Look at the example which I showed you, my dear friends. Here you went wrong slightly. Learn from the mistakes. Don't do it in the exam. See here. I asked redemption of preference shares. Can you do it? The answer is no. But I am not written at premium. But below, see what I have given. Redemption of debentures at redemption of debentures at premium. Can you do it? The answer is yes. That premium part, for that can you secondary premium amount? The answer is yes. Not the par value amount. Not the par value amount. Are you there with me? Yes or no? Clearly given. I am just teaching you the section which is there, and you are just going into this part. We are just doing reconciling. Okay, let's go further, please here. Come to the further part, please here. Next one, please here. Come to this part. 1 second, please wait. Next is, come to the next area. Pre, we have done both the areas. Now, O is very simple. Own shares bought back. Own shares bought back is buyback. Either own shares bought back is buyback. Buyback you can do. Equodibo, pre, O. Write the code. Equodibo, pre, O. Write this code. Equodibo, pre. Application of secondary premium has come many times in the exam. This one, law and audit, both papers properly. Okay. Now what we need to learn is the paragraph below that. See, because this is entirely law. So from the beginning till point number 5 ending is entirely law. It is law, not audit. Audit is that 3 small lines. See this. So auditor needs to verify whether underline the premium received on shares, if any, has been transferred to underline the secondary premium account. and whether the application of any amount out of the said secondary premium account is only for the purposes underlined that mentioned above. Are we there here? Yes or no? Area for the order sheet. Have you written the question there? Write the question there, please. There is this area, please write. Audit procedures to verify if shares are issued at premium and application of secondary premium account. Application of secondary premium. Can we clear till here? This is question number 8. Then go to page number, same page 106, you'll see below share issue at discount. Let's read together only, then we'll write the question. You read with me. Share issue at discount, underline the section number 53. Underline 53. Premium is 52, discount is 53. How do you remember? Very simple. An item which is of 2 rupees, you are selling it for 5 rupees, you are selling it at a premium. An item of 5 rupees, you are selling it at 3 rupees, you are selling it at a discount. 52 premium, 53 discount. Very simple. 52 premium, 53 discount. Okay, let's go further, please here. Go to this part. Remember, come to shares issued at discount, read with me. According to section number 53 of the Companies Act, a company shall not issue shares issued at discount circular except in the case of underline the sweat equity shares given under section number 54 of the Companies Act 2013. Now, after that, they are given the law regarding sweat equity shares. So I'm not reading that. That is regarding discount, that is already written in law. Come to this part here below that series. The auditor needs to check this part. Auditor needs to check this area. Auditor needs to check. Come to that part. The auditor needs to check what 3 points are being given. Let's read one by one piece here. Auditor needs to check underline their movement in the share capital during the year, and wherever there is any issue. Basically, whenever an issue of shares is there, as the company issues the share at discount, the auditor will keep an eye on. Next, he should verify that the company has underlined that not issued any of the shares at a discount by reading the underlined minutes of meeting of the directors and the shareholders authorizing the issue of capital and the issue price. The auditor will look at the minutes of meeting. Finally, the auditor should verify that whether the company underlined that has issued the shares underlined that at a discount to its underlined the creditors when its debt is converted into shares. Underlined the debt is converted into shares. Tell me, what is the situation? You must have done it. Tell me, what is this? This is called statutory resolution plan or a debt restructuring scheme. What is this? Please tell me. Oh, no interlegal restriction. This is not interlegal restriction. This is different case. What must happen is everyone understand. Look here, see, you should know this. Look, see, companies are there are 5 suppliers in the company. Supplier 1, supplier 2, supplier 3, supplier 4, supplier 5. The company has purchased raw material from each one of them, let's say, which goes in crores, and the company has not paid them. So they become suppliers are there. So of course, you understand, they become creditors. So creditor 1, creditor 2, creditor 3, creditor 4, creditor 5. You have still not paid them. We did not pay them for, let's say, 3-4 years. You have not paid them. They take us to court. The matter goes to court. So here is the court. Court will call the company. Let's say if I am the management of the company, court will ask me, Karthik sir, you are running the company. Why did you pay these people? As per contract, you have to pay them. I tell the court, I do not have the money to pay. The company is having lack of funds to pay. The court will say, but the contract is there, you have to pay them. So I'll say, I don't have the money here. Tell me what are the solution is there. Court will tell me, okay, give your shares. So I will tell, you want me to issue shares? Like, yes, give your shares to them. A court will ask me to pay, not in the form of money, but in the form of shares. Give shares. Court will take a permission also. Are you okay to receive shares? Suppose if they say yes, then the court, along with the creditors and me, will enter into something called as statutory resolution plan. It is also called, when another type is called debt, when banks are involved, it is called debt restructuring scheme. In that case, what will happen is the court will tell, Karthik here, you have to pay to these creditors shares at rupees 80 per share. 80 per share, how possible? The face value of my shares is only rupees 100 per share. And Companies Act says that you cannot issue the shares at a discount normally. Only if it is sweat equity shares you can do it. Then the court will say, see, this is a unique situation. This is not your normal situation. Instead of money, you're paying shares. So the value that we feel is correct, the code feels is correct. That value, what do we say? You have to pay. That can be at a discounted value, that can be at a premium value, that can be at par value, whatever it is. You have to pay that much. You have to give shares of that much value. You have to compute the number of shares to be given. Example. I have to pay this person, let's say 8 crore rupees. 8 crore rupees. This creditor one will be now 8 crore divided by 80 rupees, and number of shares, whatever is there, I have to give that many number of shares to that creditor one. That is how it will work. So code is forcing me to give that person's shares instead of money, and it is forcing me to give it at a discount. In this case, can you give the share at a discount? The answer is yes, you have to, because it is part of the statutory resolution plan or debt restructuring scheme. What do you understand? In Companies Act, entirely, you can never ever issue share at discount. Never. You can never issue share at discount. So less than face value, you can never issue. Except in two situations. If it is sweat equity shares, and second situation, when it is part of any statutory resolution plan or a debt restructuring. Are you all there with me? Yes or no? Comfortable? Please read with me. See this. Read this third point. Now you will understand. See, further, auditor should also verify that whether the company has issued share at a discount to its creditors when its debt is converted into shares in pursuance of means as per. You can write that as per any statutory resolution plan or a debt restructuring scheme in accordance with the guidelines or directions or regulations specified by RBI as per RBI 1934 or Banking Regulation Act 1949. Why RBI Act and all is given here? Many of the times that creditors know are your banks. Creditors are your lenders. Lenders means banks. That is why RBI Act will come. Are you there with me? Yes or no? Okay. This is our question number 9. Please write there in your notes. All procedures to verify shares issued at a discount. Right there. All procedures to verify. Right there. Question number 9. All procedures to verify shares issued at a discount. All procedures to verify shares issued at a discount. Can we clear here? Next one is straight from law. So I'm not reading this area. The straight legal provision is only given. So whatever is there in law, they have said, auditor, you should check this law. Exactly as that. So write the question number 10, please. Question number 10, please write there. Write there, please. Audit procedures to verify sweat equity shares. All procedures to verify sweat equity. Exactly the law that they're given. Exactly the law. So it is section 54. Exactly. Copy paste. Okay. So we will be sharing law paper earlier. Then you'll come to audit. You'll find it very, very easy. Theory of PC here. Issue of sweat equity shares. You will see that. Put a bracket below before that, and close a bracket. At the end, you will see there other equity shareholders on page 107. 107. Issue of sweat equity shares starts and it ends at where it is written there other equity shareholders. This is your question number